Let me unmute you.
Yeah, did a little barbecuing, tried to stay out of the heat. It was pretty hot this weekend, so just
Yeah, surprisingly, this weekend was extremely hot. I had some agents out in Riverside this weekend, and it was 120, 122 degrees out there. So, yeah, it
yeah,
was extremely hot. Saturday was probably the highest and record-breaking heat that we've had in September.
yeah,
So,
it was brutal. Kind of like the market though. It's heating
yeah,
up too. So
the market is super hot, low inventory, lots of buyers, very low interest rates. Fernando Diaz will be giving us some mortgage updates momentarily, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. It is a hot market right now. It's unbelievable what we're seeing out there. Multiple offers above asking, appraisal contingencies being removed, shortened physical inspections. It's just crazy, especially you go east of the 405. It's just a crazy market going on over there. So thank you for sharing, Stephen.
yeah, you got it. My pleasure.
Awesome. Who else? Anyone else like to share their holiday weekend adventure? I know Jeremy, he pulled out his camper. So he ended up going down, I believe it was Sacramento down in Orange County. So good stuff. One last person, anyone want to share their holiday weekend? Come on.
Well, I work and I'm opening two escrows this week.
Yee.
So that's exciting.
Very exciting. So I commend the agents that actually worked this weekend. It was probably one of the best weekends to work. Just because there's a lot of people that are, home, with the COVID situation, obviously you would have got more touches this weekend than any other weekend. So thank you, Rosie, for sharing. All right, let's go on with our sales meeting. So next slide, please. All right, who is going to give us our mission and values? I'm going to pick on someone. I'm going to pick on Bob. Bob has a very professional and tone of voice. So, Mr. Bob Walaka, if you can spearhead our mission and values, please.
Yes, sir. Our mission and values, Keller Williams South Bay will become the #1 brokerage across all brands in the South Bay and a top-tier market center within KWRI by attracting, creating, and retaining campers through our positive and productive culture. As a result, we will profit share over $500,000 annually.
I love it.
Radio announcer. Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's
So much.
That's awesome. I think you're going to lead our mission and value each and every sales meeting, Bob. You said it so concise and so clear. So thank you for sharing. KW South Bay values: 1, caring; 2, collaboration; and 3, business building. Awesome stuff. Next slide, please. Congratulations to Marie Lee, yay, for capping. I'm not sure if she's on the call, but if not, let's give Maureen Lee a big congratulations for capping. That's the beauty of being part of Keller Williams, guys. You can be at 100% once you cap, paying company dollars, then all your commission belongs to you. So congratulations, Maureen Lee, for capping. Next slide, please. All right, September's calendar. We got our 2-week calendar. Please, if you are not plugged into the office, this is an important aspect of being in real estate and being dialed in to what we have here to offer. All of our training schedules for the week. We are right now launched the Ignite program. So we have phenomenal instructors teaching the Ignite program. So thank you to all the instructors that have stepped up and helped navigate and ultimately give your years of experience and knowledge to the agents that are barely getting the momentum, as also the agents that want to take their business to the next level. So again, everything is on the calendar. We send you emails, we send you text messages. So take full advantage of all the training we have here at the office. Next slide, please. All right, the time is here. MegaCamp, so let's play the video. Is there a video? I thought there was a video. Awesome. MegaCamp 2020 is near. What can you expect? In addition to gaining priceless insight from titans of the real estate industry, you'll gain vital insights from other successful entrepreneurs and executives, like authors of five-time New York best-selling books and host of most of the most popular podcasts in the world. Tim Ferriss, international business coach, author of the Roll Less Stupid. Keith Cunningham, head of industry for Google's real estate and automotive sectors. Dan Diegler, vice president of global marketing solutions for Facebook. Michelle Morris, and too many more for them to mention in the moment. So stay tuned, guys. If you have not registered for MegaCamp, guys, the time is now. Take advantage. It's only $120 for a 3 days event. Even if you're busy, guess what? 60 days, it'll be saved, and you can go back and it'll be recorded, and you can go back and watch it if you miss any part of MegaCamp. So take full advantage of it. It's just around the corner. Love to see our office participate. We have already a pretty decent sized group that's going to be part of this. I would like to see at least 30% of the agents in our office be part of it. That'll push us above all the market centers here in the LA coastal area as the number one in participations for MegaCamp. So take full advantage. And again, you do it remotely from the office, from your home. You don't have to fly out to Austin. No hotel reservations. Look at all the money that you're going to be saving just by attending. So register now. All right, next slide, please. All right, I want to touch base a little bit of the 52 Touch Facebook and campaign. I'm going to share my computer because this is something that you can use. So if I can, Natalie, if you can just unshare yourself real quick, or I think I can do it here. Bear with me. Share my computer. All right, so here's the 52 Touch. The beauty is you have an ability to use Command as a platform. Let's say that you want to focus on all your KW Luxury syndications. Here you go. You got a video for KW Luxury. Here's an example of what you can share.
Confidence, elegance, influence, sophistication, exclusivity, luxury. It goes beyond appearance. It's about service. When it comes to luxury, our agents around the world continue to push the limits to deliver unparalleled experiences. Keller Williams Luxury International is about more than real estate. After all, a home isn't a dream home because of its dimensions. It's about how you feel when you walk through the door and the way you instantly envision your life unfolding there. As the world's largest and most productive real estate company, our select group of qualified luxury consultants have a powerful network of over 160,000 global associates to help you sell or find your next home. maximizing exposure to a level beyond our competition. As a cutting-edge technology and real estate company, our luxury experts are focused on systems to enhance communication and efficiency, simplifying the transaction for all parties. Above all else, we are founded on the principles of honesty, integrity, and trust, always putting our clients' needs first. When you choose a Keller Williams luxury agent to represent you, you will receive the service and boutique experience you deserve. Keller Williams, Luxury International.
All right, so that's one. Let me go back. Let's say consumer app or concierge, the KW concierge. So these are smart plans that you can provide to all your drip campaigns, to your clients, as long as you're putting them into your database through command. Here's a prime example of the videos that you can be syndicating out to the agents, all within a push of a button. So let's what happened here? All right, so let me show you one other one. Again, you got 52 that you can do. So let's just say you also part of Red Day. Here's a video on Red Day. It's not going to allow me. I apologize. Let me go back here and go to one more that we can use here, which is, let's do commercial. So what we'll do is we'll send you all the links to all these videos, so that way you can have it as part of your smart plan. So here's just a commercial.
For the next investment property, let's focus in on a 10% return in a really good location.
Great, let's see what's out there on the KW Commercial app.
Next level mobile property searching is here with the KW Commercial app.
Once you select me as your agent, my contact information will be included with each listing so we can easily keep in touch.
Scroll through listings or tap a pin on the map for property details.
This property may work.
Use the investment analysis tool and immediately generate a report.
That's too low for me. This may be where I want to be.
Or use the Mobi Here tool to receive information about any property, regardless of its listing status. Simply take a picture of a property, and your request will instantly be submitted to your agent to research and contact you with details.
Hello, this is Todd.
Hi Todd, I just emailed you the information about that property. It's about 60,000 square feet, fully leased.
Congratulations, Todd. This is a smart buy.
Well, thanks to you and the KW Commercial app, it was easy.
For all your landlord, tenant rep, and investment needs, download the KW Commercial app.
Awesome. Okay. All right, Natalie, you can utilize the presentation again. But again, guys, take full advantage. We'll send it all to you if you haven't got it yet. This is the 52 Touch Facebook ad campaign that you can use for the purpose to generate business. These videos are created. You don't have to create them. They're there for you, and you have 52 weeks of material to really enhance and ultimately get more business. So good stuff, guys. All right. Next slide, please. All right, we got Fernando Diaz with Homebridge on giving us mortgage updates. Fernando, how you doing? Fernando?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. How you doing?
Good, guys. How are you?
We're awesome. So tell us, what's going on in the mortgage industry? We were talking earlier.
Pandemonium out here, guys. It's crazy. I will tell you that, I mean, you guys know, not only refinances for various reasons, also renovation refinances. I'm seeing a lot of clients calling me and inquiring about ADUs on their properties. And we're using some of either a cash out refinance to complete the job, but in most cases, because there's not enough value there, we are using renovation refinancing for them to be able to finish the project, or at least begin the project and go from there. I mean, purchase volume, guys, is through the roof. It's incredible. I've probably, I mean, I can't even tell you how many loans we've opened just on the purchase side this month already. So things are very, very good. Volume is at an all-time high. It's an industry phenom that is happening. So obviously, you know, appraisals, all these things are taking longer just because all AMCs, I mean, we have conference calls on Monday mornings typically with our management staff from the East Coast, the Midwest, and out here on the West. And the pain is everywhere. I mean, it's just massive pandemonium. We've got operational staff, underwriters working literally 7 days a week, massive overtime, no breaks, just cranking as best we can. But you know what? Can't complain, right? Because the opposite of this is nothing. So, you know, we're very fortunate to be where we're at, you know, all of us here in the real estate business.
What do you foresee on the fourth quarter, Fernando? As we
well, I think right now, honestly, guys, not to get political, it's about the election. That's the next big move. And I'm already seeing trends. You can see how the stock market's behaving regardless, you know, of what's going to happen. Obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen. But there's definitely, I will let you do your homework. There's definitely trends and things happening within the market. Every time somebody goes ahead or somebody falls behind or somebody catches up or somebody goes even when it comes to this election. And yeah, there are potential drawbacks depending on what happens, and there's potential gains. So we'll see how that goes. Yep.
I think, Rosie, you had a question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we see that the prices are increasing when you have multiple offers. Have you seen any appraisal value coming below
At times, I would say about 1 in 10 is typically coming in slightly lower value. But the other thing we're seeing, guys, is like, for example, one of your agents, Luis Palacios, just put one in escrow, and he went skyrocketing high here in Torrance on a listing, but it has a good down payment. In his case, 20 or 25% down, I don't remember. And Fannie Mae gave us a waiver, so there is no appraisal.
Oh, wow.
So for example, and he was a little nervous because he waived appraisal contingency on this thing, knowing that he was super high. There was maybe 13 offers on this house.
Wow.
But now he doesn't have to worry about it, right? Because there is no appraisal needed. So that's one way to hedge it or you know, sort of try to get ahead. A couple tricks too behind that, guys, which obviously in our market is a biggie. Fannie Mae will never give a waiver if the sales price or value on a refi is over $1 million. So keep that in mind. That could be a potential issue. So for example, the one here in Torrance, the sales price is $890, I believe, something like that. And it got a waiver. And I have a couple of my past clients, one in Beverly Hills, his house came in at $2.4 million. He only owes $500,000 and he's not taking cash out, no waiver. Just it's worth over $1 million. Fannie Mae will not give it. So little tricks and things to note on there too. Yep.
Good information. Thanks.
Awesome.
We'll take all the
Hey,
questions.
Fernando,
yes.
is there any way to know in advance if they're going to waive it?
No, because you need to plug it in. The property address has to be in. And unfortunately, yeah, I wish there was an easier answer for that, but no, there's no way to know.
Well, we see a lot of counter offers when they ask us, the buyer's agent or the buyers, to waive the appraisal contingency. So we may not have a choice.
That is, unfortunately, depending on the situation, that has come up. In a lot of cases, guys, what I recommend you do is cap it. So when you write an offer, I have a couple right now where the clients have either agreed, if the appraisal were to come in lower, the client is willing to put $5,000 or $10,000, up to $5,000 or $10,000, depending of the difference. So at least you're offering something as a concession to the seller in case it doesn't come in. And that is, the best you can do to also protect your client and, and hopefully, keep the transaction moving forward. Yep.
Well, and I've seen situations, and here's just my personal perspective of this, where the buyer does release appraisal contingency. And let's say that the appraisal contingency does come in a little less. Again, everything in real estate is negotiable. Even though you release contingencies, again, the core of having a good, concise conversation from the very beginning with the listing agent is crucial to the success of the transaction. Meaning, if you start the conversation from the very beginning, professional, and you're connecting well with the listing agents, believe me, the goal is to navigate and push to close the deal. Just as much as you and your clients want the property, we want the compensation, the listing agent is also on that same parameters as well. But having those conversations from the very beginning, will definitely give you an upper advantage if there's ever a discrepancy in the transaction and having those conversations. I always talk in everything that I do, the three components, which is we give the good, the bad, and the ugly. We never want to give ugly advice or, ugly answers, when it comes to, say, request of repairs, price reductions, or credit, or an issue that we've released appraisal contingency and then we're way up. One thing that Fernando did mention is capping it. Absolutely, to protect the integrity of the transaction and obviously the protection of your client's best interest. You always want to make sure that you cap and that there is no open avenues for a big, huge spread. And you also got to do your due diligence too. And what I mean by that is that when you're looking at properties and if you study the market, you'll know if the property right off the bat, if it's overpriced. And if it is, then you'll know, you can navigate and say, well, you know what, I don't see any comparable properties that are similar to the property in question, but at least you'll get a base and a good understanding, and having those conversations with the buyer will put that ease if they want to go forward or not. At the end of the day, it's not about what I say, what the lender says, what the escrow, what title, or what the listing agent. It's between the principals, meaning it's whatever the buyer and the seller decide. That's the ultimate answer to this. But navigating and having those conversations will definitely help you navigate and close more deals.
And I will tell you guys one thing that I've seen two of them already in the last 7 days or so here is, if you write an offer, you get it, be persistent with that listing agent. Like Simon said earlier, make friends, because I've had 2 clients that got blown out and now they're back in escrow because obviously whoever went in at top dollar, you got to realize people's psyche behind this. If they're going to pay top dollar for a home, when that home inspection comes in, it better be pretty clean, and if the seller's not willing to, work with them, they're probably going to just bounce out of the transaction, cancel immediately. And then that gives your client the opportunity to come in. And also, guess what? Now the seller already knows what can happen if they don't cooperate. So you actually have potentially an easier negotiating time. I've seen massive concessions in this market, guys, just recently, which I was totally surprised by. I'm talking $20,000, $30,000 concessions on properties that had multiple offers. But, seller and agent are realizing, hey, you know what, if I don't do this and I put somebody back in escrow, I have to disclose this legally. So that's not easy to get around, A. And then B, the time, everything that it takes to go, out of escrow, back into escrow, close it again. Sometimes they're just like, hey, you know what, let's cut our losses, negotiate this, and give the seller or the buyer some of what they need and move forward. So it does happen out there, but definitely stay on top of these properties, because as soon as that seller or buyer flinches or something happens, you could be right there to get your client in escrow. It happens a lot.
Right. And just to add to that, Fernando, you said something that just resonated with me. And the thing is, again, navigating the process and having concise conversations with the opposing agent. They're not your enemy. okay? They're not your enemy. You're there to work together to close the deals, because what happens a lot in this industry, I hate to say it, but agents kill their own deal. Agents kill their own deal, okay? And that's not the goal. And this is why agents come into the industry and end up leaving the industry, because they just can't cut it. You got to know how to have the conversations and navigate. And I'll say that, yeah, it's going to take somewhat of experience, but more so transaction, because it's not necessarily if you have 10, 20 years of experience. It's more how many transactions are you closing, because every transaction that you close is going to be different and unique. I was sharing with the group this morning, you know, the same concept is like, you know, hey, you know, you got to know how to navigate every layer. There's negotiations in the very beginning. There's negotiations while in escrow, and there's maybe negotiations towards the end. The thing is, you got to think 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of the game and be proactive. The problems that I see and the questions that I get is all very common factors, is that you're not looking 2 steps forward, you know, and if you navigate that concept of looking at, okay, you know, the appraisal was done, I did my analysis, the buyer is aware, you know, if the appraisal comes back, you know, how do we navigate that if it's a big spread? I'll share with you real quick, not to take much more from Fernando, but one of our agents had that dilemma. They were on a multiple counteroffer scenario. There was 22 offers that came in. And one of the offers was with one of our agents. The offer was submitted with the contingency being released of the appraisal contingency being released, in hopes that they can get the appraisal done immediately and determine, you know, if the appraisal was going to come up to par. So the appraisal was done. They hadn't released physical inspections. The appraisal did come in 15,000 below asking. The agent reached out to me, Simon, we have a situation. I know we released appraisal contingency. That was the only way that the buyer was going to get this property, was we exceeded the price point of what the listing price, but we also had to release the appraisal contingency. Now, I'm going to switch the hat from a team leader role to a broker role. You know, as a broker, I would say like, oh my gosh, you know, don't be releasing appraisal contingency, because that is not an avenue of cancellation to back out of the deal. But in this time that we're in right now, that's what we're seeing. We're in a competition with other buyers. You know, Fernando mentioned about, you know, how crazy right now with the low interest rates, and I know Fernando's probably going to share, you know, what the rates are currently, but it's just crazy what we're seeing. So I told the agent, hey, make that call, and that's the ugly call, as I mentioned. Make that call, tell them, and be transparent, be authentic, and say this is what we have. Unfortunately, we knew it was going to be odd, but we didn't think it was going to be 15,000. My client is compelled to at least give 5,000 above the appraised value to make this work. Now, Fernando also mentioned, you know, no one wants to start over. I know for a fact that the seller doesn't want to start over, the listing agent. So you definitely have a hook to have this conversation. It doesn't hurt to have the conversation. The only thing they'll say is, no, that's you released that as part of the contingency. But you have other avenues, and I've seen it more so. I've seen where a buyer releases any and all contingencies, everything, and cancels, and he's still able to retain their deposit. Okay, I don't recommend to go in that direction, because again, it can go different variables. There's so many things that can be part of that scenario situation, you know, damages and all, so on and so forth. But I've seen some crazy stuff in transactions where buyer releases all contingencies and still cancels and retains. And even after signing the cancellation of escrow, releasing the money to the seller, and then within 24 hours change their minds, because there's 2 components to cancellation. There's the cancellation of the agent's cancellation, the CC, but then there's the escrow cancellation as well. And escrow will not release funds to the seller until they have the cancellation from escrow. So within 24 hours, the buyer said, you know what, I changed my mind. I do not want to release the money to the seller. And sure enough, it took about 2 weeks of back and forth. The seller just said, you know what, release the money back to the buyer. I just want to move on. And the buyer ended up retaining their full deposit. And it was like $24,000. So nothing surprises me in real estate. I do not recommend going that direction, but stuff happens. But you also have to educate your clients as well that, you know, what are the pros and cons? There's damages, and you're definitely forfeiting your deposit if the deal doesn't go through and if your clients has released all contingencies. So with that being said, Fernando, I didn't want to take too much of your time, but it's, again, a good component of what we're seeing right now. What are we looking at?
You guys, that is, everything you said is right on point. I think the last thing I'll leave you guys with is it's presentation, guys. And right now, the agents that I'm seeing have success getting their offers in are the ones that have phenomenal presentation with the offers. They have a very, precise offer written. They have a letter and or like the story of the family. For example, I'll give you an example of one in Palos Verdes that they just got. A veteran and a gal, young family with a 2 and a 4-year-old, but they weren't the highest offer. The reason why they got it was the letter. And the heartstring for the seller was he was a veteran too, and he works in law enforcement, and he sees another veteran that wants his house and all these accolades from the military that he had. And so he's like, hey, what do we have to do to make this one work? And unfortunately, that one was a 1.2 house, and they only wanted to use $50,000 down out of their money, even though they had a lot of reserves. They had some cash there, but the seller went with it. So it was the letter, it was me jumping on the phone, and also right ahead of the game. That's one of the things that I'm noticing we're having a lot of success with is when the offer is written, we're calling the listing agent immediately to let them know the value of what we have. How good is it? It's very strong. FICO scores. We have a complete file, et cetera, et cetera. And also another thing that I offer is, hey, when you present these offers to your seller, I go, let me know if there's any questions that come up. I go, I'd be glad to do a 3-way call with your seller on the quality and content of our buyer in case there's anything that we didn't cover or missed. And they're like, what? You do that? I go, absolutely, I do that for you. And then the next question they ask me is, by the way, the seller's having some issues. Maybe you can talk to them too about it. I'm like, perfect, bring them on. So things like that have happened many times to me. But, you have to have the gift of gab. You have to be smooth, and you have to hear, it's sort of like the triggers. I know the triggers that these listing agents want to hear, these sellers want to hear, and I know what they're looking for. So it's very important that your lenders are savvy and have that gift of gab and experience and a good reputation out there to back it up, because people out there are looking for that. Just FYI.
Beautiful.
Unless you have another question.
All right. Thank you, Fernando. I do have just 2 more questions. What are rates right now on jumbo loans?
Jumbo loans, guys, are pricing higher than Fannie Mae loans because of the market. So I would say, 2.875 to 3 to 3.1, depending on what the parameters are. Fannie Mae loans are pricing closer to 2.6, 2.75. If you meet all parameters, 15-year fixes are, I locked one in today at 2.5. So they're down there. Government loans, VA, FHA, down around 2.75 with credits back if the file's strong at times, a little bit. So the market's very stable, very good. There's no reason for anybody to complain about rates right now. Things are in perfect order.
Awesome. All right. Well, we definitely appreciate it, Fernando. Thank you so much for giving us an update on what you're seeing on your end. Again, utilize the affiliates. They're here for you. They're your support factor, guys. So take advantage. Thanks again, Fernando. Appreciate the update.
Not a problem, guys. Take care.
All right, let's continue. Next slide. New listings. All right. Next slide, please. All right, Michelle Brown, tell us about your listing. You're on mute.
It is a completely renovated, it's a 1-owner home. 55 years they've lived there. The parents just moved in with their adult son in Missouri. So the siblings are selling the house. It's listed at $895. It's all new contemporary designer colors inside and out, floors. It's a beautiful home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, $895, not North Hawthorne. And we have 2 offers right now. The seller will be reviewing offers on Friday.
Friday. Congratulations, by the way, Michelle. How did you get this listing?
Referral
A referral. All right. Congratulations.
from an agent.
From an agent. Even better. See, not just connecting with buyers and sellers, but connecting with agents. You know, they'll give you business as well. Awesome. Beautiful listing, by the way, Michelle. Awesome price. I don't foresee any problems with this.
8,000, it's an 8,000 square foot lot. So there's plenty of room for an ADU there.
That's awesome. Detached garage, I'm presuming?
Attached.
Oh, it's attached? Okay. Beautiful. All right. Next slide, please. Mr. Bob Walaka, I think he's on the phone, but Bob has a listing in the city of Redondo Beach, 189 Calle Mayor. It's 1.150. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1827 square feet. I don't know if Bob can give us a little insight. I'm not sure. Bob, can you tell us a little bit about it? Is there an HOA?
He said that he's talking to a client. He just sent a text.
Okay. All right. If you have any questions, please reach out to Bob on this beautiful listing in the city of Redondo Beach. Okay. Next slide, please. Frank Kenny has a listing in the city of Rancho Palos Verdes. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.75, 1,274 square feet. It's listed for $899. If you have any questions, please reach out to Frank Kenny. Next slide, please. Tony has a listing in the city of Torrance, 1143 West 212th Street. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 875 square feet. Hi, is that 500? Yeah, it's hard to say. I think it's 528,000 is the listing price. 528,900. If you have any questions, please reach out to Tony. I'm not sure if Tony's on the call. Next slide, please. Maureen Lee has a listing in the city of Torrance, 2202 West 236th Street or Place. It's a listing price $665. It's a 2-bedroom, 3 bath, 1,000 square feet. Have any questions, please reach out to Maureen Lee. Next slide. Vince has a listing in the city of Redondo Beach, 114 North Prospect Avenue, Unit B as in boy. Listing price is $1,199,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 3 bath, 2827 square feet. Huge property. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Vince. Next slide. Maeve Becker has a listing in Lancaster for your up in the high desert, 552 West Avenue H8 in the city of Lancaster. Its listing price is $315,000. It's 2 units, as a matter of fact. That's not bad for a duplex. 1613 is the square feet. If you have any questions, please reach out to Maeve. Next slide. I think, is that all? Okay, that concludes any listings. All right, so the next, what I would like to bring up is the raffle, guys. We have the final. Remember, you had till August 31st to win a gift card for $250. So we compelled all the names that participated and added their contacts and Smart Plan, and here's the end results. I wish I had someone here, but I'm going to shake it up, do the wrangle tango, and pick a number. All right, so, I got 2. All right, so the winner is, are you ready? Teresa Workman. Congratulations, Teresa. She is the winner of the $250 gift card. Again, that was the, you had 30 days to put in your contacts into command and on one smart plan. She is the winner of the $250 gift card. So congratulations, Teresa, for winning. We had a lot of people that participate, so thank you guys. You know, this definitely helps with our vital signs here at KW South Bay. So congratulations again to Teresa. We'll probably have another one closer to the end of the year, guys. All right. All right, so final thoughts as we conclude our sales meeting. You know, as we approach the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, I was mentioning to our agents last week on our mastermind setting, but also on my one-on-one coaching conversations. And I was mentioning that the fourth quarter is going to be a phenomenal year in last quarter, October, November, December. Why? Because of the low interest rates still going on. It's crazy what we're seeing right now in certain patches. If you're plugged in, doing everything necessary to generate business, the business is out there. You got to go out there and find it. But the beauty is that this coronavirus that has hit us back in March has pushed us into a different market. And now everything is worked remotely, but because of the school system still being shut down, students and children are going to school remotely online. You know, there was not that necessity for them to sell a home, buy a home during the summer. So what's happening right now is we're seeing the trend. Market is stable and it's picking momentum. And I don't foresee any downturn in the next 3 months. Stay consistent, stay proactive, and stay engaged, and make those connections with all your past clients, your database, your sphere of influence, any connections that you have made, you know, from having a dental appointment or going and eventually I believe that the barbershops are open. Having those conversations, guys, will lead you into business, you know, and having those conversations with your affiliates as well. You know, stay connected, stay dedicated to your business, and consistency is the component that you're going to see some big results. You know, I've shared with you many of our top agents right now are just crushing it. Literally crushing it. Gary Nix is a prime example. 2021 pending escrow, guys. Unbelievable. Okay. All of us should be in that magnitude, you know, but he's a very systematic, consistent agent, and all he does is pick up the phone and makes his connections on a daily basis. Super proud of my entire team. I'm super proud of my agents that are, you know, consistently crushing. Allegheny is another prime example. Michelle Brown, Rosie, Patricia, so many of the people that we're seeing. We had a phenomenal month of August. You guys saw on social media of all the closings. You know, so I just want to circle back and congratulate each and every one. Keep it going, guys. I want to see some phenomenal results in September, coming into October and November. As the holidays come, you know, I don't foresee any slowing down. Okay, just stay plugged in, stay dedicated. All right. With that being said, guys, I will pass it over to our affiliates. Who do we have right now? Let's start with Steve. Steve, you got 10 seconds to tell us a little bit.
Hey, guys. Just want to let you know, Fidelity National Title, we had a great month last month. Actually, our best month in the last 2 years. So things are very productive. Market is strong. Just a couple tips real quick. If you're looking to do emailing campaigns, there's a website I like. It's called Never Bounce. And you can put your contact list through it. It'll delete duplicates. It'll check for all bounce backs. It's really free in some regards. And then there's a paid service that's very cheap, minimal, but that's a little tip that I've been using and finding a lot of success for our clients when they are doing mass emails at this time. That's one little tip, but I got a lot of good stuff. Reach out to me, let me know.
Beautiful, Stephen. And you're with?
I'm with Fidelity National Title. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Say hello to your father, by the way. Haven't seen him in a while.
I will. I'll let him know you said hi. He's probably maybe on the golf course. I don't know. No, he's out and about. He's definitely out and about.
I'll bet he is.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it. All right. Any other affiliates? I think the affiliates are gone. I don't see anyone else. All right, guys. That concludes our sales meeting. I know we finished a little ahead of time, but you know, Sonia is out of the office. She's on vacation. And also our broker did not have any updates. So we'll stay tuned for the following week. And we should definitely have a speaker speaking to you guys. So with that, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any affiliates. Bob? It's an inside joke with me and Bob. So I'll let you know next week, guys. That's for it. All right, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and super proud of each and every one of you. Hit a home run, guys, and let's make it a great day. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.